A very good evening. Thank you so much for watching UBC TV Inspiring Uganda. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha with Mugalu Mohammed on sign language. Let's take a look at the top stories of the day. The demo 7 to increase support to judicial officers. In more news to come, government has to improve funding to schools to avert COVID-19. MPs describe Ongwen's ICC verdict as classical. Nominations underway for next UOC president. You're watching UBC News tonight. Now in our top stories of the day, the First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, Janet Museveni, has said pre-primary schools should not be reopened because pupils do not wear face masks and there's a lot of interaction between schools and parents. She says primary and secondary school semi-candidate classes will open on the 1st of March and close on the 21st of May 2021. When P7 candidates finish their POE 31st of March and thus complete UCE on the 6th of April 2021, there will be space in schools to enable other pupils and students to reopen back. Janet says the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education and Sports will issue a detailed school calendar indicating specific dates for the other students. Universities and tertiary institutions have also been allowed to open in a phased manner from the 1st of March 2021 to allow them conform to the Ministry of Health SOPs. According to the Ministry of Education and Sports assessment on implementation of SOPs in schools or institutions also have tried to comply with SOPs and kept their environment safe.
Institutions opened for candidate classes and final year students on 15th of October 2020 and operated successfully up to the end of the year. University students were able to sit their final exams and complete their courses, and P7, S4 and S6 are back in schools studying for their national examinations, PLE, UCE and UACE, which starts in March and will conclude in April 2020. Continue to pray, and we work with Ministry of Health to closely monitor both the trend of the pandemic and the management of SOPs in education institutions. In our assessment of SOPs implementation in education institutions, we established that 1, almost all education institutions have tried to comply with the SOPs and kept the environment safe. However, there have been some challenges which can be addressed. For example, there was relaxation in wearing face masks in the weeks after the reopening and social distancing at meal times and in dormitories. That needs to be managed better. I appeal, therefore, to the teachers and to the school head teachers to manage that better, and if it requires strictness, please be strict about it. The overall management of the education sector under COVID-19, our discussions and consultations with Ministry of Health and other key stakeholders have revealed the following. 1, vaccination against COVID-19 will be gradually rolled out, beginning with the most vulnerable population, including older adults, frontline workers, including teachers and others with high-risk conditions. Young people, such as learners, will come on board later when the appropriate vaccines become available. But we also now know that the children aged 16 years and below may not be eligible for the currently available vaccines. This means that we cannot wait to vaccinate learners before opening education institutions for the rest of the classes.
Schools have expressed readiness to implement the presidential directive of opening for students for semi-candidate classes by putting in place measures to observe standard operating procedures to prevent the spread of COVID-19. The head teacher at Kololo Senior Secondary School, Edward Kanonya, however, wants government to improve funding to schools to contain the cost of running and managing schools amid an expensive COVID-19 treatment cost.
Schools have been on lockdown since March 20th, 2020, when Uganda went under total lock upon announcing the first COVID-19 pandemic case at Entebbe International Airport. However, there has been partial easing of the lockdown in the different sectors of the economy, save for the education and other entertainment sectors of the economy that are still locked. Candidate classes of P7, S4 and S6 were allowed to open in July last year, and the candidate students are studying. During his address to the nation Thursday evening, 4th February, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni passed a directive to open schools for semi-candidate classes starting 1st March 2021. President Museveni okayed semi-candidate pupils in primary 6 and students in senior 3 and 5 are to go back to school after spending almost a year at home. The administration of Kololo Secondary School plans to first orient its students for 2 days by counseling them to be able to adapt to the new normal.
I'm doing some counseling, reorienting them to the new normal. Because by the time they left, many of the things that we are now putting in place, they were not there. So we expect to, when they come, to take them through our expectations. But the good thing, the kind of things we're taking them through, they already know them. Face masking, social distancing, washing of hands, and all the rest. There are things which have been talked about over and over again.
The school has prepared to receive about 900 students for both Senior 3 and Senior 5, but prepared 28 classes to accommodate the Senior 3s to maintain social distance of 2 meters recommended. According to the school head teacher, the experience acquired in handling candidates will be used to manage students in semi-candidate classes.
Good enough, by the time these are coming in, they are coming on board. We have had the Senior 4s and Senior 6s, so we don't expect challenges because we have gone through this. At first, when the other candidates were reporting, we worried about the SOPs, how we are going to go about them. But at least now we have gone through the same and don't anticipate much challenges with the same candidates.
The school has put in place 50 taps in different parts of the school for hand washing. Kololo Secondary School administration calls on parents to show commitment in supporting the school because schools were also hit financially as a result of the pandemic, but promise to be patient with them.
We call upon the government to improve the funding for the schools because the cost of operations went high. When you talk about just transport, especially now for the teachers, for example, the transport fares doubled. Like sanitizing, guns, and these guns which we procured, by now many of them are broken down. So we now to go in for a fresh round of buying the same.
Meanwhile, Nakasero Primary School has also prepared 12 classes for the primary 6 pupils from the 4 streams they had previously before COVID-19 outbreak. Classes used to accommodate between 60 to 70 pupils, which is now impossible if they are to maintain social distance of 2 meters per pupil.
We had the 4 streams of 60 to 70 children. That requires us now to stream them to around 12 streams. But we do have the streams. We have the classrooms that are not being used by the candidate class, and we believe whatever they turn up, we shall be able to contain them.
The school head teacher says they have put all measures in place to prevent the students from catching coronavirus, and they have secured temperature guns to detect the temperatures.
Screening gadgets we do screen the children. At least we have the experience of the primary 7 class, what we've been doing with them, and so far we are very safe. We have the temperature guns, the hand washing facilities, the sanitizing. We can't close out on that because we do not know where the children come from. But at least what we do is to ensure that we do what is required of us, screening them every morning.
Releasing their children to go back to school is what parents have been eagerly waiting, and head teachers are optimistic the turn-up of students in semi-candidate classes will be good.
Parents are ready, everywhere. Parents have been even putting schools on pressure to see how their children can come to school and learn. Now that the chance has come and the elective has been passed to open for semi-candidates, we believe they are ready.
Yeah, basing on what we went through with the candidates, we were able to get almost 99% of our candidates back. We almost got the same number like those who left on 20th of March. Almost all of them came back. We do expect the same for Senior 3 and Senior 5.
As the students return to school, parents have also been reminded to send their children with all school requirements, including uniforms. I'm Nafka Farida in Kampala.
Now, President Yoweri Museveni has promised to increase the number of judicial officers so that justice is closer to the people. This followed a request by the Chief Justice Alfonso Winnie-Dolo, who said that the recent case backlog is due to inadequate personnel to dispose them of. President Museveni was presiding over the opening of the legal year 2021 at the High Court in Kampala District.
Lawyer is when judicial accounts to the public, the authority and resources entrusted by the people within the institutions. At the opening of this year's legal year, President Museveni started with the inspection of the multi-billion Supreme Court building, part of which will host the Constitutional Court. The Chief Justice of Uganda, Alfonso Winnie-Dolo, thanked the President for his financial support to the project that will see justice delivered in a better environment. Winnie-Dolo, however, decried the understaffing of the judiciary, leading to case backlog in the system, a situation that might worsen with the thousands of electoral petitions flooding courts.
We have a situation where the Fourth Court of Chief Magistrate caretakes 6 chief magisterial areas. The one of Soroti and Lira are each running on caretaking 5 chief magisterial areas. This has naturally resulted in delays in case disposal and accumulation of case backlog. The judiciary currently faces the challenge of 156,054 cases brought forward from 2020. These are cases which, at the end of last year, had not been completed. It is not humanly possible to achieve the goal of eliminating case backlog when 6 out of the 20 High Court circuits are without judges.
Drawing comparisons from Parliament and the Minister of Health, Winnie-Dolo asked the government to consider establishing magistrates' court per constituency and to ensure each of the 145 districts each has a chief magistrate.
How come it is easy to create a constituency with the stroke of a pen, and it is near impossible to appoint a magistrate grade 1 to operate in that constituency? The High Court establishment must be commensurate with the population of an area and the geographical challenges.
He said the judiciary shouldn't be looked as a consuming institution, but a body that contributes to the socio-economic development of the country. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni said he's in total support of the Chief Justice's proposal to have a Chief Magistrate per district.
In the NRM manifesto of 2021-2026, we have promised to recruit more judges and staff for the judiciary to fight case backlog and enhance access to justice. This promise should be delivered within the 5-year term. Judiciary and Judicial Service Commission should be able to work out this plan so that the recruitment is conducted in a phased manner.
Museveni commended the judiciary for automating courts to avoid crowds during sessions.
Specifically, the video conferencing system, where cases involving criminals and people that are fond of disrupting business in Kampala have been heard remotely without bringing them to the courts. As I have always indicated, I fully support the plans by the judiciary to automate the courts because of the obvious benefits of resolving cases through use of improved methods which technology affords.
He urged judges to ensure commercial cases are resolved quickly and also prioritize cases involving investors and corrupt officials.
Cases involving corrupt public officials should also be prioritized so as to account for the taxpayers whose money should be put to good use and public benefit.
The function was attended by, among others, the Speaker of Parliament Rebecca Litwala Kadaga, Attorney General William Byeruhanga, the Minister for Justice and Constitutional Affairs Ephraim Kamuntu, top justices, and members from the Uganda Law Society. Bernard Higa, UBC News.
In more news, the Sinjiro County North Legislator Bright Ramirama has clarified on his role during the presidential and parliamentary elections in his Sinjiro district. This follows questions raised by a section of the Sinjiro district electorate and stakeholders that seek President Yoweri Museveni to cause investigation into his actions. I have a detailed report on this story.
During our 8 o'clock news bulletin last Friday, a section of Isingiro residents requested President Yoweri Museveni to cause investigation into actions of Isingiro County North Legislator Bright Ramirama. The man at the helm of this was Jeremiah Kamulari, who had failed in his quest for the Bukanga County MP seat.
I'm here to appeal to His Excellency the President to put in place a committee to come and investigate whether really the so-called candidate Ramirama and other so-called people who went through in Isingiro, and those who are frustrated, were there elections as they're supposed to be, as enshrined in the Constitution of Uganda and the NRM Constitution? Were there elections? Was it pre-ticking, or there was election?
Ramirama, who also doubles as State Minister for Animal Industry, has distanced himself from such allegations.
There were perfect elections in Isingiro during presidential and parliamentary elections. And as far as I know, in my constituency, Sinjiro County North, but between 3 and 5, all polling stations had finished voting. I remember counting started around 4. So there was a proper voting. People exercised their will. The president got a very big margin percentage, 93.96. I won my elections with 83.55, defeated all my opponents. So Kamulari must talk about Bukanga, where he violated elections and he was arrested. But in his mind, in my view, he thinks maybe the police could have arrested him on my instructions, but this was response to crime on the scene.
The other allegation against Ramirama was for becoming a demigod in the region, with the ability to swing anything, including politics, to his advantage.
Now, the other allegations that I'm creating FDC in my constituency is really a sham. The president got 93.4%, to be exact. So how can he disprove that I'm the one creating FDC in Isinyiro when the president passed very high? I stood with an FDC candidate, he got 4.8. So who is creating FDC? He is the one who was using FDC militia in Ukanga. Those people who are clobbering his opponent's car are people from his camp. The very people who brought these piglets at Parliament. They are unstoppable. They were in his team. He has confessed before the president that he will never use them again. It is on record.
Ramirama clarifies on the riots seen in our news item last Friday and also offers his next likely course of action.
Those riots you saw on the video they were showing, they are not riots in my constituency. They are riots in Ukanga, they are riots in Isinyiro South. There has been no riot in my constituency. So I really want to tell him he should stand one, because those allegations can also attract other charges. And I've consulted my lawyer. I'm considering charges against him.
The National Resistance Movement Party overwhelmingly dominated the Isingiro district elections, right from president to the local council level.
Well, there he was clarifying what exactly happened. We'll take a short commercial break and we'll be back with more stories in the business, sports and international news.
Stay connected to the largest 4G network in Uganda, anytime, anywhere, using the Airtel 4G Pocket MiFi, available at only 123,000 Uganda shillings. This comes with 15 GB free, valid for a month. You can connect up to 10 users at a go and still enjoy a shared yet unmatched internet experience. Dial *175*9# to activate free 15 GB. Visit the nearest Airtel shop to get one today. Airtel, the smartphone network. Airtel is regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission.
Your safety while using electricity starts with having a certified technician to wire your premises. Do not use Camille
sockets. Chisaka, now that the wiring is complete, how do I get power?
No, I'll get you power in my own way. And you don't even have to worry about the bills. I'll bring them myself. Is your neighbor there?
She went to work.
Does she have power?
Yes, she has.
If your neighbor has power? Desist from illegal connections because they are not only dangerous but could lead to prosecution and death.
Chisaka, what is this? Oh my God, I'm from Umeme.
I did not say Umeme. I am from Umeme. At Umeme, your safety is our top priority. Report illegal practices to Umeme when you detect them. Download the Umeme app for other services. Stay alert, stay safe, save lives. Umeme, powering Uganda.
National Information Technology Authority Uganda invites you to a market-sounding e-conference for the Uganda Digital Acceleration Program, which will take place on 8th February 2021 from 9 a.m. till 12 p.m. To participate in this conference, visit the website to register on www.nita.go.ug or register on Zoom.
It's no secret that ICT makes learning easy.
The strides made in our field could not be possible without it.
And now we can watch our favorite show.
My radio is my best friend.
UCC provides an enabling regulatory environment and policy guidance for healthy competition. We also facilitate ease of doing business in the communications sector through licensing, standardization, spectrum management, tariff regulation, rural communication development, and consumer empowerment. An informed consumer is an empowered consumer. UCC supports local content and innovations. Driving the development of a robust communication sector in Uganda is Uganda Communications Commission.
The day the world stopped was the day we found where to go. not going to leave anything on our plates. Because we've learned to savor the moments that were always there, and they never tasted this good.
Double data. Airtel introduces double data. The biggest deal ever on smartphones in Uganda. Buy a smartphone, 3G or 4G, and get 100% data bonus from Airtel. Airtel is giving you 100% bonus data on all weekly and monthly bundles for every new smartphone connected to Airtel for the first 3 months. Dial *175*9# to enjoy double data. Double data, double data. Oh, Airtel, the smartphone network, regulated by Uganda Communications Commission.
Wumeme informs its customers in the districts of Lira, Gulu and Kitgum that it will undertake scheduled supply reliability improvements projects in the month of February. Please also note that UETCL will on Saturday, February 6th, implement an emergency shutdown on the Lira-Upuyu line. This will affect supply in the entire northern region. All the shutdowns will run from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. on the scheduled days. Details of the affected areas can be found on our website www.wumeme.co.ug or the Wumeme app to enable you plan better. We regret an inconvenience this may cause.
Stay alert, stay safe, save lives. Wumeme, powering Uganda.
National Information Technology Authority Uganda invites you to a market-sounding e-conference for the Uganda Digital Acceleration Program, which will take place on 8th February 2021 from 9 a.m. till 12 p.m. To participate in this conference, visit the website to register on www.nita.go.ug or register on Zoom.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. In more stories, the rising demand of plastic products such as bottles, basins and jerry cans have prompted the upgrade production technology at Henchang Plastics in Namavi Industrial Park. Henchang Plastic is a franchise of Zong Industries, one of the leading plastic products manufacturers in Uganda. Our business reporter Dennis Sigoa visited the plant at Namavi Industrial Park and filed this report.
In the recent months, the demand for plastic products has skyrocketed, and this has provoked Zong Industries to upgrade its machines.
Those kind of production, all of them imported by nearby countries. So for us, we import them, we want to upgrade the, how do you call it? The technology? Yeah, the technology, yeah. This is a new type and fully automatic machine. We are just testing them. We are just testing for manufacturers.
This new state-of-the-art equipment was imported recently from China. However, their installation has been slow due to travel restrictions linked to the COVID-19 pandemic, says Eric Ling, the communication manager of Henchang Plastics. Ideally, a technical team from China would have flown into the country and installed the machines with ease.
Like that. Don't let change the mode. So it also come out like that. So this is how to
Nonetheless, the local engineers, with the help of a Chinese technical engineer based in Uganda, have successfully installed at least 2 of the 5 brand new equipment.
This is a special one for this corona. Most of people know we need washing hands before entering the public place, shops, the market, so we can put drinking water or for washing hands. Most important thing is washing hands. So this jerry can, as you know, people use it for water, whatever, cooking oil. Then this is the order from the Chinese company who produce the engine oil.
Since setting up business in Uganda in 2006, Henchan Plastics has been manufacturing domestic plastic such as basins, plates, cups, buckets, water bottles, juice bottles, among others. Dennis Igoa for UBC Business in Namamve.
The nomination period for who will become the next Uganda Olympic Committee president has opened on this 5th day of February 2021. According to information from the Uganda Olympic Secretariat that Uganda Broadcasting Corporation has been privy to, the period will end on the 13th day of February 2021. During the same period, verification of candidates will continue but to last a further 2 days and end on the 15th of February. Display of nominated candidates will be on the 16th of February and elections to be presided over by the legal brain Sim Katende are due on the 27th of February. For the right to replace William Blake as president, one must be Ugandan, a member of an Olympic sport federation, must be a person of integrity and aged about 35 and not over 70 among other requirements. Uganda Olympic Committee elections are one of the most eagerly awaited because of the responsibility entailed in managing a body that is charged with all Olympic sports. Watch. Well, thank you so much for watching UBC News tonight. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha with Mugalu Mohammed on Sign Language. We leave you with the weather forecast and to join us again at 10 p.m. for more news coming your way. Weather forecast by Alex Kim.
Welcome. Here is the latest in weather from the Weather Center with Semper Alex Kim. We have been dealing with sunny conditions, especially in the morning hours. However, in the afternoon, there was a pickup of cloudy conditions in various parts of the country. Otherwise, by 9 a.m. This morning, some parts of the country reported rainfall, like Tororo reported 15.6, while Mbarara reported 10.7 millimeters. Now, the kind of weather we are dealing with is mainly because of some winds coming in from the southwest into our region through the Congo forests, affecting the western sector of the country with some light isolated showers. Well, in the morning, we do expect sunny intervals across most parts of the country, though within Lake Victoria, we do expect some chances of some light isolated rainfall. Well, into the afternoon, we do expect a pickup of rainfall activities, especially in the southern sector of the country, whereas the rest of the country will hang on to sunny intervals. We do expect temperatures to rise to 33 degrees Celsius. That will be across Karamoja region. For the nation's capital, Kampala, at 28, and whereas in Kabale Highlands, we are forecasting at 25 degrees centigrade. And elsewhere across the globe, we are forecasting falling snow. That will be for Moscow, whereas Paris is expected to have some rainfall at a daytime high of only 9 degrees centigrade. That wraps it up. Stay tuned and let's meet again tomorrow same time.
Enaku zino zonna abeera nsibidde emitaafu atankulako entalo.
Akutya nti wandi mukiike ennamba.
Afande Joshua Jakira. He's a husband material. Ne bw'otakiddamu. He is interested in you instead.
Nti omwana buli lwakulira gye batamuzaala. Mbwa oluusi kimulwaza.
Tata gye niyo badde ki?
Peggy, I love you with all my heart.
The guy is so caring. Indeed, you are full of his soul. I am so happy for the two of you. Thank you. Oh, come on. He's such a gentleman. And to the one and never. Oh, dear. Nazguli lojira motoka, nampo mkono, nitutambula, nantusa ku mulyango gwange. And? What did you? Kugambe, he's very careful. Alabika yasome mind yange, oba sejo. Wangeyeza. Because he did only the right things. He's such a babe.
He swept off your feet already.
Ndi mubanga muwangoleyo.
Kati yagambye mama w'obwana.
Nze usatu se.
Ngomkwano kulibo. Kolimba ndumunange.
No, not that. Niyo labanze. Sala nyo kuyingiza mbintu besigambiddwa.
Choyagala okungamba nti n'obwana yabweganye.
Of course not. Yangambe he has 2 kids. Era bano baleetaana bali involved mu accident.
Kyogamba nti obwana yabuzaala mu miti, yabuvuba mu nnyanja oba yabwadapting.
Mama w'abaana gyali era yamwanjula, but they are not married in church.
Otyo? Definitely there is some baby mama drama.
Ne kati nze gwe sirumbaganye anasanga kunkola ku katembawo.
Oli mutuufu. So what's the way forward?
It's too early to judge and we are still dating.
Sweetheart. Sandi agadde mutuuke ffe gye twatuuka ne Arnold.
Gweno buli mbeera yonna agigeraganya ku bya Arnold bye yakutuusaako. Tojja kusenvula kigere.
This guy is presentable and learned. Todda mu kumuzanyisa. Grab the bull by the horns now.
How do I do that?
Tetenkanya. Show him that you're available.
How?
Simanyi. Show him that you're ready and available to be his wife.
How can I do that without seeming desperate?
I wasted a lot of time nganinda Arnold proposing, and he did. He proposed. Nemu obudde setting date yembaga.
And Makula, please. This is Joshua, not Arnold.
In this serious, fetwabuka that dating age. Nga tuli musimanyi netegereza musajja. You need a ring on that finger. Ozale like yesterday. Bobo yagala sobola mukugambira.
Mbuno ki?
Ntino fetwagala mbaga. Afali. Gato kusanyukidde. Have a seat, please.
I'm not going to sit. Hi, lovely.
Hey, Afandi.
My name is Joshua. Beliba likutawanyamu oyinza okozesa aka apple pie, babe. Oba eddala lyonna ly'oba osiimye.
Era katebo naye buli omwana akukuliko osanze kukoba n'akuyita lyafande nga sweetheart oli akuyita. Omuleetedde ebimuli ebirala.
Actually, these are yours. She told me that you two love flowers. Thank you so very much.
Never nakatenzi yali badayino okwebaza.
Ate gwe nneebaza ki?
Twatuyamba n'otujja mu komera tetuwaddeyo wadde ekikumi.
Musawo, actually, wasindika munya musobi. This is the woman of my dreams.
Hey, boss. Onosonyiwa. Mbadde manyi Dr. Makula tali busy nnyo. Twadde na appointment leero n'omukyala.
It's okay, Isaac. Tuanze tufuluma. Makula, nja kuchekingako later.
It's okay. Nange neyazita nnyo apande for my flowers.
You're welcome.
Ono siye taata wa buno bwano